the thing is, I like her because she's actually got an attitude on her, right? Spider-Man's girlfriend. Her real name's Felicia, and it's a limited production painted statue. Did I ever show you that Warrior's Adventure? My mom and dad, my original, they were cousins. You did not know that. That's why I'm actually a dwarf. They were first cousins. I'm not uncomfortable talking about it because, number one, they were foolish back then when they were younger. You can't change the past. Mm-hmm. Right, so they did what they did. And when they classified me as not be able to walk, use my arms, supposed to be stuck in a wheelchair and never move, except looking like a carrot in a chair. Right, so that's why my real parents left me. They dumped me off at the hospital and just walked away. Does not affect me at all. No. Because I classify, they were just my donor parents. They're not my real parents. My real parents were my foster parents. They're the ones that were with me all my life and raised me. Taught me right from wrong and what to do in life. Mm-hmm. So that's the main thing. I was 7 days old, but I wasn't adopted. I was accepted as a ward of the government from my foster parents. So I was a foster kid. I was never adopted. Oh, the bullying? Mm-hmm. Kids are cruel. Of course, they're going to pick on somebody smaller than them because then they feel more powerful. The way I walked, because my arms and legs are crooked, mm-hmm. So they make fun of me all the time. Like, even had a few of them call me mental midget. Right, it's a real cruel world. When I got home, I usually hid under my bed, and my dog was laying beside me, and we just stayed under my bed for a few hours. My dad was a big old Ukrainian kid. Same thing, his parents left him. He was a huge teddy bear, right? But when he got riled up, you run. He was a big, big man. His wedding ring was that big. That's one finger. When you got him upset, he was a dangerous man to mess with. But 99% of the time, he was a big, like Winnie the Pooh, mm-hmm. Oversized, right? Jumbo-sized Winnie the Pooh. He was a real gentle man. And my mom had to be the most caring person in the world if you ever met. She'd help out anybody under the sun, possible. Even when that week she was passing away, and she knew it, she wanted to make sure I went for my doctor's appointment, right? She asked that and bugged me about that, and she knew she was going. She was more worried about me than herself. She had to be one of the most caring person I've ever met in my life, and I wanted to be just like what she can do. Try my best. Pneumonia. Oh. Right, that was 4 months ago, right? Unfortunately, what can you do? There it is. Revenge of the Jedi. If you ever get that poster or anything that has to do that says revenge, you're looking big money. The original poster went for $4,000. The fantasy of actually having a superhero hanging around you. That you can actually open up a comic book and let your mind doing the wandering. That's what got me into it. Because every kid in their world, every kid dreams about being a superhero one day or another. Right? I can guarantee it doesn't matter, male or female, you have. Right? So when I first saw a comic book, I thought it was the best thing in the world. And it just snowballed from there. Yep. And I mean majorly snowballed from there. Yeah, it's 1971, 72. His first comic book I got was a Marvel. I don't know which one it was. Can't remember.
Do you feel in your mind that there are any connections between Marvel and your childhood?
By the count that, I thought I was a Wolverine for a long time. Yes, it does. All right. The Wolverine, he was a short little man, crooked arms, He walked with a walked with a stance all the time. I do the same thing. Right? He weighed heavy, and so did I. So yeah, very much so. And I thought I can do a lot of damage to somebody if I needed to, and it worked most of the time.
Whatever. I got anger issues, all right. With this guy.
Hey, Claus!
Superheroes have a disability also. They call it that. I'll call it that because it's something different from a person that does not have it. They're tall, they walk normally, and everything else, right? Somebody who's that's a superhero, they have some sort of disability. It actually improves their life, right? So I got a disability. It improved my life. It made me better. Well, look at the R2K2, right? Same thing. It was in honor of that poor girl who had cancer in her body, but it was from George Lucas, right? Same principle. It may not be Marvel, but they made a figurine for that child to be part of it, so that child would never, when she does pass away, her spirit will never pass away because there's something out there, right? It'll remind them. There it is. That's my autographed Deadpool.
Let's
I
see.
love that.
So when you open up your comic book store, are you planning on selling all of this stuff?
Yeah, very much so. I'm going to try to sell as much as I can. Then I come back to Calgary, get a friend of mine. Then I'm going to buy more stuff off of them. Then we're going to just proceed from there and ship everything out again. I'm going to try to open up buy, sell, and trade. That'd be the best thing in the world. Because I'm getting in merchandise, I'm selling merchandise, and trading merchandise. That's perfect. Best way to go.
If you could start your life all over again, would you?
Nope.
No. Wouldn't change anything?
Nope. That's a neat helmet. You can headbutt a rhino and knock him out.